Y'all, so today I had a God is so real moment today, and I didn't plan this video. Everything I'm about to say, I'm going to tell you about my day and tell you about the moment that I had today. And have you ever experienced like a God is so real moment? It stops you in your tracks. It gives you goosebumps. Sometimes it can make you cry. It's moving, and it's just like, wow, like, wow. Well, I had one of those today, and how this came about. So, I own my own business. I started my own business in April of 2023. And basically, today we had two different meetings. One was very, very long. And this was the worst possible day that I could have woken up with a sore throat. I had to do a lot of talking today in our meetings. I am sick right now. I have a terrible sore throat. I have felt bad all day. And, anyways, I've been very, very stressed out the past couple of weeks because basically, I'm going to give you the shortest possible version of like what's going on. So, in the summertime, I let one of my team members know that I needed some specific documents. He knew well in advance exactly what I needed, and something should have clicked in his brain, like, okay, Abby needs this, I'm gonna make sure to get it to her, XYZ. Like, something should have clicked in his brain to get the ball rolling for that, and for whatever reason it did not. And I was under the impression that he could just provide this to me, like with a Google Drive or something in that similar format. But come to find out at the end of November, it's going to take like 40 plus days to get me these documents that I have to have. So I've been very stressed out because this has majorly delayed the launch of my business. I was planning to launch November 24th, and I can't launch without these documents, unfortunately. And so from a business perspective, not only is it upsetting, but it also is a major financial loss. And so basically a team member dropped the ball, and now we are suffering the consequences and repercussions, and we are doing what we can to resolve this as quickly as possible. Okay, so before I go any further, I just want to say if you are a business owner, I applaud you. I applaud you because there are so many different things behind the scenes that no one gets to see that you do to operate your business, and it is not easy. It is absolutely so difficult and stressful and challenging at times. And so if you own your own business, I just want to say I applaud you. I really do. Our first meeting, it was well over 2 hours. There were so many different things that we had to go over and discuss, come up with new timelines, and basically get the ball back rolling from the issue that we're trying to resolve, basically. And so I'm going to speak overall. Overall, I am very pleased with how our call went and how everyone handled it. We had positive encounters throughout the call, and we are facing some challenges, but we are doing so humbly and in the most resourceful way possible. And so everything will get done in time. It is a process. And so basically, one of my team members today told me that they wanted to send me over something that they thought would be very helpful for me to look at and go over, for me to use kind of like as a resource to just review it to see if it could help me with some of the next steps that I have to take. In that moment, whenever she told me that, I was so appreciative. And I let her know that I believe personally it's so very important for business owners like myself to stay teachable, because it's going to help us grow and to reach new heights. And I went on to say that I believe you should never walk into a room thinking that you are the smartest person in that room, because one, that's arrogant, and two, you're never going to grow or learn from other people if you have that outlook. I think it is so very important to always keep an open mind, always be willing to listen first before you speak, and to basically be willing to learn from other people. So no matter what you do in life, whether you own a business or not, I think it's so important to remain teachable, to have an open mind, and be willing to learn from others, because you are going to grow so much faster and go so much farther in this world with having that type of mindset and that type of attitude, because you can always learn something new from someone else. It doesn't matter what it is, you can learn something, I promise you. There's something that someone else knows that you do not know, and so you should always have that open mind and be willing to listen to what they have to say. It was such a positive encounter, and I distinctively remember what I said and saying in the call, it was a Zoom call, saying, it's so important for me as a business owner to stay teachable. I said those exact words, and I said a lot of those other exact words as well. So through the challenges that I have been facing the past few weeks, I am choosing to stay positive. I'm choosing to thank God every day that I get to wake up and work towards my goals. And I thank Him every day. I prefer to pray in the morning. We can make so many different plans for our life, but God is the one who establishes our steps. And so I say a specific prayer every morning, and usually it's a little different, and I tailor it to what's going on in my life, but there is a few parts that stay the same. It says, Lord, please help me keep my eyes on you, and please light the path that you have set for me. Your word is like a lamp to my feet. I haven't picked up like my Jesus Calling book in so long, but I picked it up today, and I turned it to December 18th. So the passage from today talks about your willingness to be teachable through an ongoing problem. And that's exactly what's been going on in my life right now. And so after reading that, I immediately got goosebumps. My eyes filled with happy tears because I felt so very aligned with the steps that God has established for my life. So after reading this, I felt so much more, even more aligned with the path that I'm on. And I just felt that I am on the exact path that God wants me to be on in my life. Like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm doing exactly what God wants me to be doing. And I feel as though He is establishing my steps. With owning a business, there's so much of analyze, adjust, move forward. Analyze, adjust, move forward. And I think it's so important with how you overcome the challenges that you face, because if you continue to try, you will not fail, because no one gets something right the very first time. And I think it's so important to keep moving forward, adjusting your game plan to improve and to get it better so that you can get it right. So as long as you don't stop trying, you won't fail.